Hello and welcome to another First Impressions video with Firearm Freedom. In today's First Impressions video, we're going to be looking at the Arsenal SLR 107FR. I always have been aware of the Arsenals. I've always been doing research on the Arsenals, and to be quite honest with you, ever since I first started getting into owning my own firearms when I was 18, I've always wanted an Arsenal. It was always like the top of the line, second kind of cool. When everybody said, you know, for what you want to get for a high quality AK, they always mentioned Arsenal. This guy came in on our used shelves for an unbelievable price of $649. So once I saw that price on a folding stock Arsenal that was in mint condition, I immediately had to get it. That's the one downfall about working in a gun shop, is you will see stuff come through your used selection, and unfortunately it's just kind of one of those things where you either buy it that second or it's just not going to be there the next day. And the modifications I did simply were just switching out the pistol grip. It did have a US palm pistol grip, which I actually absolutely love the US palm grip. It's super thick, fills your hand, but believe it or not, I'm probably one of the only people on the planet that actually doesn't mind this small kind of peg style com block pistol grip. I actually really like these. I like that it's a little bit smaller on the hand. For whatever reason, it allows me to shoot the rifle a little bit better. It's kind of always been that way for me. I also went ahead and picked up a Bulgarian Circle 10 waffle mag. Obviously, if you get an Arsenal, you got to get some waffle mag action going on. Also, guys, this is just, they're awesome magazines just without even having their Arsenal. I only shot about 140 rounds through it, and it shot so well, guys. Obviously, you could probably imagine there was no reliability issues or anything like that. It shot 100%, and it was obviously used, so there's no telling the actual round count that the person had before it. The brief story that I got from who we bought it in from is that it was a person who was actually upgrading to Vepr, getting rid of his Arsenal, and it appeared to me from the stories that I heard about the gentleman that he obviously shot his rifles, that he took classes with them and stuff like that. So it was definitely probably used. The internals, as far as the bolt, the piston, stuff like that, all look just 100%. There's no extreme wear anywhere. It's definitely been shot. Obviously, you can see wear around the bolt there. So it's been shot, but as far as mechanically, the rifle's 100%. There's no rusting anywhere. There's no bubbling of paint anywhere. While cleaning this rifle, right when I got it, I took it apart, gave it a full look through, and then took it to the range just after giving it a little bit of a wipe down. Then after the range, I actually did a detailed field strip and cleaning. Everything really just came out really easily all over the bolt, the piston, and everything like that. Especially you have a chrome lining on a lot of the parts of the Arsenal, so it really helps out with cleaning. And like I said, everything just kind of screams high quality internally in it. You can see the machining and everything like that just looks great. The finish on the rifle overall is just phenomenal. There's no dings, not that it would really matter, but there's no dings or huge gouges anywhere like that. Still has the original sling on it that came with it from the factory. Obviously, I just kept it on there because it works really well. I just kind of slung it up along the back here, super tight, so it wasn't in the way in the safe. You can tell by the model designation that I said that it is a side folding Arsenal, which is so awesome, guys. It's so sweet. This, like a lot of other people will say on YouTube, this is one of the most solid side folding stocks that I've seen yet on an AK. I do have the Magpul Zukov stock on one of my other AKs, and that is really sturdy, but it's just not as sturdy as the Arsenal here. You obviously just press your little button here to press that, and the stock opens right up and you're good to go. So there was, the person who had this prior to me did put some red paint on the rear sight here, which I hated. I'm not sure why he did that at all. It just made it more obtrusive to the point where my eye wanted to focus more on the red paint than the actual front sight. So I just took some rubbing alcohol and nail polish remover and rubbed it right off just fine. Other than that, he kept the rifle pretty much stock, which is awesome. This is one of those rifles that really just does not need much at all. This is an absolute workhorse. If I could say anything kind of not negative, but something that you might want to switch out on the rifle. It's no secret that Arsenal's triggers are just kind of not the best triggers on the planet. Here's your take up here. So you get a little bit of take up, and then you hit your wall right about there. Crisp break, and then the reset is right about there. And then you got a little bit more take up again, and then your break again. So the trigger's not bad, but it's definitely not phenomenal. The C39 V2s that I have, I think one of them has the Tapco G2 trigger in it. The Tapco G2 trigger is very light, very crisp, really helps get some accurate shots off. But I was still able to connect relatively good groups on paper at, I only went out to 50 yards in the first initial testing, and it was just absolutely fine, 100%. So the trigger could use a little bit of work, but not a huge deal. It's not something that I'd run out and go ahead and switch and say you can't shoot it without a new trigger. I have a really big soft spot for AKs and all different types of AK variants. You guys will actually be seeing another AK coming on the channel sometime soon that I'm really excited about, probably about a week or two that'll be up. So that's going to be about it, guys. This was my first impressions, quick little video just to give this awesome rifle some spotlight. If you were ever thinking about picking up an Arsenal, obviously now Veprs are going to become quite a bit harder to get. Arsenal is going to be one of the few left that are up at kind of the top tier high-end AKs, and you can obviously, as you see here, find them for relatively cheap prices occasionally on the used market. If you're at all interested though in getting a higher quality AK, now is the time, guys. I'm going to be posting my part 3 to the LCP2 review here coming up in a couple of days, so really stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on it, and go ahead and follow all my social media accounts. Like I always say, it'll keep you guys updated on when things happen a little bit sooner than you'll see them on the YouTube channel. I have an Instagram and Facebook page. Both those links will be down in the description below. So go ahead and give those a follow, and it also will give you just another platform to communicate with me on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great videos to come soon.